This is Adrian's story time. Got the word? It's time. Got it. See you there.
What's up, writers? Show writer Chris Matico. Coming in like a spy up in this place. And got word recently from intelligence that it's happens to be story time. So let's get rolling. Happy Valentine's Day, writers. Hope you're writing them love poems for the one that you like. My name is Chris Matico, and today's episode of Storytime, this special series, we are going to talk about how to word things. Now, what I mean by this is how to structure certain sentences, how to make them, not boring. And we'll discuss that when we hit the drawing board. But it's a very crucial thing in writing a story because you have to understand writing a story isn't about the idea itself, per se, in total, but it's also about the skill that you can write. So in order to explain that, let's hit that drawing board and let's do this. All right, writers, let's take a look at the importance of sentences, shall we? All right, so as I say, sentences, the importance. The structure of a sentence is very important to your story because if you're writing a book, you're constantly writing sentences. Makes obvious sense. And also, you have to understand writing isn't just the idea that you have in your head. It's also based on the skill that you can write at. So by this, we need to discuss some things that go into a really good sentence when you're writing a story. So, an important thing is showing versus telling, basically keeping it short and sweet and to the point as well. So, you want to always show the reader. The reader doesn't want to feel lectured because if the reader feels lectured, what happens during lectures? You sleep. You don't want to sleep while reading a good idea of a story. So in order to do this, we're going to look at two sentences and see how these things work. So the first sentence is Bob hit the desk with his hand. Kind of boring, but the thing that you know is that he's hitting a desk. Don't know how hard he's hitting it, don't know how light he's hitting it. It could be like a hit like kaboom! Or it could be a hit like bink! You don't know. So let's take a look at a sentence that shows you how Bob here, really generic name, hits the desk. Bob slammed his hand on the desk. Short, sweet. Now you know that he slammed his hand on the desk. You can probably tell that he's angry or excited. So by making an action verb from one of these boring action verbs, you're intensifying the story more by just that small little thing. And if you're going to use a boring verb, it's always good to spice it up with an adverb. Adverbs are very good at that. So you can use like, Bob violently hit the desk. You can use Bob rapidly hit the desk repetitive times. You can use some of that to make it more interesting to the readers. Now, another thing to look at is the short and sweet factor. Short and sweet, what I mean by this is keep your sentences short so the reader can, not only quickly go through the story, but it makes more sense. The time of the flow will go better. So if you can make an action-filled sentence shorter, it's a good idea to do that, depending on if you're being descriptive or not. So let's look at two sentences again. Jessica swiftly and powerfully ran into battle with both of her swords drawn. All right, we can tell that she's going powerfully and swiftly in there, but it's too long. People could get bored of that. Even though it already sounds good, let's see if we can make it better. With her blades drawn, Jessica charged into battle. Now, not only do you use another word, but you actually made it shorter. And also, it's really cool to read in like an ancient British accent that a knight would say. With her blades drawn, Jessica charged into battle. I'm sorry, I had to do that. That was really fun. So as you can see, changing certain words not only will make a sentence more enticing, but will also shorten it, making the reader more quickly to go through the book. and saying how awesome that book was. Also, another important note, a lot of writers have trouble with this. I have trouble with this. Everyone basically has trouble with this, unless you're picture perfect, which guess what? We're not. We're human beings, we're not elves. Is grammar and spelling. My mother can tell you that I'm the worst speller on the planet. Just saying that right now, I am. But also, you need to make sure that you spell good, make sure that your grammar is good. It'll make you more intellectual looking, and you'll get to stuff to the editor faster that way, and it'll make sure proofing when you give it to the editor makes sense. It'll make it more clear as you go by, and basically, it'll make you more credible, as I said, and always proofread before you send it into any editor if you have that whole contract thingy or whatever they do. I still need to figure out what they do myself. And always make sure you fix your typos. Typos are annoying, but they can be funny at times too. So my main point to you guys, keep your sentences interesting and to the point. If a sentence is too long, you can make it shorter, see if you can spice it up a little bit. And always use good grammar and spelling. That's very important when you're writing. It will make you more intellectual. And I said, after you proofread it yourself a couple times, when you send it into the editor, there'll be some more proofing, but there won't be as much as there was. Thank you, writers, for watching. I hope you found this informative. Please subscribe. And as always, writers, keep on writing.